I was impressed with all of your work, okay? Just because those 7 were the ones I tweeted doesn't mean I didn't like yours, okay? They were all very good, but I really had to narrow it down to only a few. Yes.
I think you should have put the snowman in there as a joke.
I feel like that's a loaded question. Okay. Those grades should be in the grade book sometime today. Probably this afternoon sometime. Okay. All right. So today we're going to continue with section 1. Yesterday we talked about distance. Today we're going to talk about midpoint. Okay. If I have 2 coordinates, x, y, x, y.
Average.
What? Average them. So if I have 2 points, x, y, z, we're going to average them. Average of the x's, average of the y's, average of the z's. This is the example we are going to do. Okay? So if we have the coordinates -4, 1, 9 and the coordinate 2, -1, 6. Let's first think about the octants in which these coordinates live. Let's talk about -4, 1, 9. Back -4, right 1, up 9. Chris, which octant?
2.
Octant 2? Okay. This guy right here, forward 2, left 1, up 6. The octant that lives in is what, Grace? Yes, octant 4. Okay, so if we want to find the midpoint, we're going to take the average of the x's, the average of the y's, and the average of the z's. Which means our midpoint is -1, 0, 15 halves. Yes.
Would you accept 7.5?
Yes. I think yeah, you will have a calculator on this test, just an FYI. Because of what we are learning about tomorrow, you'll need one for. Yes, sir.
Would you accept 7.5?
Just stop.
You're not funny. What?
You're not funny.
Okay, let's talk about the equation of a circle. The equation of a circle. Nick, what's the equation of a circle?
X squared, x squared over a plus 1 squared over a equals 1.
Okay, so we could also say x squared plus y squared equals a number? R squared, okay. And if we want it to be centered somewhere else, we say x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, okay? Well, when we go to 3 dimensions, a circle becomes a sphere, okay? So the equation of a sphere is going to look very similar, except now we have a third dimension, z. Sometimes we just need to accept the letters and not ask for why.
Don't complain.
But J, why J?
What do you want
All the
what do you want to
letters.
be instead?
Why? Q.
Why? Why Q? Come on. That's like
Why
that's like
J?
the worst one to choose.
J's pretty far down there.
Sometimes you need to keep in mind that mathematics was not discovered in the English language. Okay, so just like we had in a circle, HK, and now we have J in for our center, so wherever it's centered, HKJ, and then it's still R squared, okay? We're still talking about using kind of that Pythagorean theorem to find the radius, so it's still R squared. Okay, everything's squared, there's no cube, even though we're in 3 dimensions. Okay? So I'm going to ask you a variety of different questions in your homework about finding the equation of a sphere. All right. Here is a very simple one. So if our center is at 2, -4, 3, and our radius is 3. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared plus z minus j squared equals r squared. 3 squared is 9.
I know.
Okay? Now, that was like, you didn't have to think very hard, right?
Correct.
Chances I'm going to ask you something like that.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Because you already did.
Chris, that was smart.
Okay, brainstorm at your pod first. Okay, if we need the center and the radius to write the equation of a sphere, how do we take these 2 pieces of information and write the equation of a sphere? You have 60 seconds to talk at your pod. You already talked about it last time.
You know,
You said-
it's
you
smart
said
too.
midpoint.
You
You
say
said midpoint.
midpoint, find the center, and then just simplification. And like how, and like find the radius.
All right, Maverick, what's something we can do?
Find the midpoint,
And what is the midpoint going to give us?
radius. I guess it doesn't. So then you find the radius after that.
Okay, but what does the midpoint give us? Because we do need the midpoint.
Point in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which we call what, Tiger?
The center.
The center of the circle,
Oh.
right? right? Center of the circle. Okay, so let's find the midpoint. Our midpoint, 2 plus negative 1 over 2. Negative 2 plus 4 over 2. And 2 plus 6 over 2. Oh. 1/2. 1 4. Okay. So this is our center. Okay. That gives us HKJ. Now we need the radius. Okay. So Grace W, what can we do to get the radius? Okay, so we can take the distance of the two endpoints and divide it by 2. Did anybody have a different way? Okay, we also could take the distance from the center to one of the endpoints. Doesn't matter. Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, so Grace, let's go with your suggestion. Find the distance of the diameter and then divide it by 2. So the diameter, and I'm going to label it as diameter so I remember that that's what I'm finding. Okay, would be the square root of -1 minus 2 squared, 4 minus -2 squared, plus 6 minus 2 squared. This would be 9 plus 36 plus 16, 61.
Yes.
Okay. So if the diameter is square root of 61, and our radius would be the square root of 61 divided by 2. Okay. I like this way, especially if we're going to get a fraction, right? If we would have done center to endpoint, we would have had a fraction underneath the radical. Okay? Doesn't matter, but some of you are making a face like, no. Okay? So diameter to diameter would at least give you a nice one. All right. So the equation of our sphere, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared plus z minus j squared equals r squared. If we square the radius, we have 61/4. Okay, one more question. Are you ready? Okay, first of all, are there any questions about this one? Okay, you'll have at least 1 or 2 of these in your homework for sure. Okay. Last type of question you're going to see in your homework today is this. I give you a general equation, and we have to put it into standard form. Now, I saw some eyes roll. Why did the eyes roll? There's 3 what?
The square 3 times.
We have to complete the square 3 times. Now the good news is x squared, y squared, and z squared all have the same coefficient, which means we have a sphere. More specifically in this case, all of them have coefficients of 1, so you don't have to worry about that. However, if you did have coefficients like 4x squared plus 4y squared plus 4z squared, you would need to factor those out. Okay? So, after getting through our conics chapter, we are rock stars at completing the square, okay? So I'm going to group the x squared and negative 2x together. I'm going to group the y squared plus 4y together. And I'm going to group the z squared minus 6z together. And then I'm going to move the 8 to the other side and make room for our mystery numbers that we have to add to balance our equation. Kira, what completes the square here? One. Okay, Lindsay, what completes the square here? 4. Haley, what completes the square here? 9. So, we have x minus 1 squared plus y plus 2 squared plus z minus 3 squared equals 6. That's taking longer than two. So Caleb, where is our center?
At 1, -2, 3.
And our radius, Eli? Okay, we have 17 minutes left in class. Let's work on some homework.
Alright, team.
Other than
Wait, what? Hold on. How much?